Merry Christmas. Thank you for clicking on to Chakotay Outdoor Recreation. It is Christmas morning. And what we say this time of year is, we say Merry Christmas. We say Merry Christmas because I think we realize that not all of them are going to be merry in the course of a life. We're going to be reminded of the Christmases that we had and the Christmases that we're going to hope to have, and the people that were with us during those Christmases, and maybe even some of the gifts we gave. And they weren't really gifts, they were just ways of saying that I love you, you know, that type of thing. And that's it. You know, you think about how you spent some Christmases. I mean, I remember being in the service, and the greatest gift that you could possibly get at Christmas time was just a letter from home, you know, just some word from home. That was a great gift. You know, watching your kids open up their presents, seeing the look in their eyes when they looked at the tree, and just better times, you know. And now you get older, many of those people are gone. You're going to be gone soon yourself. And one thing about Christmas is, very rarely are ever two the same. From year to year, things change. People come, people go. Things come, things go. This is a prayer that I've said for many years. My people have said for over 2,000 years. And it helps me. It helps me put it all in perspective. I'm going to say it now. Maybe you'll get something out of it. I don't know. Lord my God, I now at this moment readily and willingly accept at thy hand whatever kind of death it may please thee to send me, with all its pains, penalties, and sorrows. And that's it, the acceptance. The acceptance of having lived your time and enjoyed it the way you saw fit. Hey, so anyway, you guys that have been with the channel for quite some time, you know I'm not the handiest guy in the world, but I constructed these. I used a gimlet, and what it is, it's just a simple rope tensioner. And it works like a charm. It's not going anywhere, but I made that. I constructed that. 2 holes and a piece of wood. One of the best rope tensioners I've ever had.
Light on the frontier was precious and hard to come by. This here is deer fat. It has been harvested from the animal, and I'm cutting it up and then dicing it into small pieces so that it can then be placed in this bucket and brought out to our kettle, which is over a fire, and then rendered down so that we can make tallow candles. As you can see, the fat has rendered down even more, and we're getting some more liquid, but this here tallow is not nearly enough. We need several more pounds so that we'll have a sufficient amount of tallow in here to dip the wicks down into. This is going to take a lot more time. It took a lot of commitment to make candles on the frontier. And with that said, it was important to keep what you made safe. For that reason, the pioneers would keep their candles in a candle box. I have one here, keeping these away from the critters that like to invade your home at night. Behind me is a candle ladder that has some candles on it that have been eaten by mice that have been skittering about. Now this would be a terrible thing if you can imagine all the hard work that you have spent and then to have them eaten away, knowing that the only time of year you could make candles is the winter time. Now when I say that, the reason for it is that you have to have the cool air for the candles to solidify around the wick. So just like bacon grease in a pan, you have the liquid, the tallow, the fat that needs to go from liquid to a solid. So I have a wick that as I dip it in to the fat, to the tallow, it starts to solidify on it when it's exposed to the cold air and then dipped into an ice bath. Eventually, as those layers, dip after dip, start to form, you end up with candles that have then solidified and built up to where they're usable, and you now have something to save and reserve for the rest of the year. This is why light was precious. Well, folks, we're at the end of a long, smoky, smelly day of tallow candle making.
Stay safe, stay warm, stay free.